Is gaming still happy for you?
Hey!
Maybe it's gotten repetitive. Maybe it doesn't feel as rewarding anymore. You may be getting your ass fucking whooped in Gold Elo Valorant, or maybe you're stuck in an endless joyless cycle of battle royales.
Hey, me too, man. Me too, susunod.
Fucking retards. You think you are playing Farmville? Stupid retard. Kill yourself.
But hey, there's more to gaming than repetitive FPS and MOBAs or any fecal matter Riot Games pulls out of their chocolate starfish. And no, I'm not gonna tell you to play story driven single player games, although that is a good option. I fucking love Detroit. Or promote some indie game you've never heard of. No, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to tell you about a game made by Ubisoft. Yes, Ubisoft. The studio mostly known for bringing you Imagine Animal Doctor and Charlie's Angels the game.
Fucking titans of the gaming industry, indeed.
Well, instead, I will be showing you Ubisoft's most slept on masterpiece.
I am Apollyon. I bring war.
I've been playing FPS games for as long as I can remember. Like, I've got fond memories of Medal of Honor on the PSP, mind you, and if you know, you know. Aiming on that thing was like trying to thread a needle, but instead there's no fucking hole on that needle because there's only one analog stick. One. You had to aim with the actual buttons. Yes, you had to aim with fucking buttons. I only realized it a few months ago when I got a new PSP, and apparently, young Mesmer didn't mind the controls and still completed the game aiming with fucking buttons. I was out there squinting at that tiny screen thinking I was a god. Fast forward and I've pretty much invested countless hours into FPS games like Valorant, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, CSGO, the whole cycle. All of which got my brain so fried I was pleading for help. So all you FPS gamers out there, don't be ashamed to seek help. It's alright, I've been there before. And eventually it all led me to the same inevitable destination, gaming fatigue. And I know I'm not the only one on that either. I know each one of you have games you don't play anymore still installed in your system and you're too tired to launch it and fall back to the same cycle. Back then I didn't mind repetitive gameplay, but somewhere along the line, things started to feel stale. Games felt less like the platforms for skill, progress, and rewards they were supposed to be, and more like chore simulators with prettier graphics. One day after another rage quit session, I decided to take a step back and really think about it. Like, what am I actually playing? What am I even consuming? And that's when it hit me. I was just tired of guns and shooting, but I still love violence. Every new game was just another gun, another map, another set of overpriced skins for characters I barely see. Seriously, I'm paying $20 for an outfit when the only thing I ever look at are my character's hands. Might as well just play in cosplay, goddamn. But here's the thing. I still love the competitive side, that rush, the adrenaline, the absolute joy of stomping randoms online and feeling like a god among mortals. Nothing really beats that. The only part that kept me hooked, honestly, was the multiplayer element. Because let's be real, who doesn't love dunking on strangers from across the world and then imagining them absolutely fuming and steaming behind their screen? That's the real endgame.
So I bring you For Honor. For Honor is basically Ubisoft asking, what if knights, Vikings, and samurais all pulled up to the same parking lot and started throwing hands? It's a third person melee brawler where instead of guns, you're swinging swords, axes, and spears at people who are just as sweaty as you are. The combat system, called the Art of Battle, is kinda like medieval rock, paper, scissors, but with extra steps. You've got to block, parry, feint, and outsmart your opponent, because if you just mash buttons, some dude with a 7-foot halberd is gonna send you straight back to the loading screen. There's a roster of heroes from different factions, knights, vikings, samurais, and later DLC squads like Shaolin and Pirate, each with their own cool and sometimes broken movesets. You can duel 1v1 like an honorable samurai, or you can jump into chaotic 4v4 battles where honor goes out the window and 3 people gank you at once while you scream and steam behind the screen. At its core, For Honor is about flexing your sword skills, clowning on people online, and occasionally getting bodied so hard you start questioning if you really were built different. What makes For Honor unique compared to fighting games like Tekken is that it's not just two dudes in pajamas throwing flashy combos in a flat arena. No, For Honor throws you into a medieval battlefield where every swing, block, and dodge actually matters. It's less about memorizing 200 button combo strings and more about reading your opponent's mind in real time. Kinda like a sweaty medieval staring contest where the loser gets decapitated. Instead of quick jabs and uppercuts, you've got the Art of Battle system. By far the best combat system I've played in a game. It means you control which direction your attacks and blocks come from left, right, or top. It sounds simple, but in the middle of a duel when some Viking the size of a refrigerator is barreling down on you, it feels like the most stressful chess game of your life. Plus, unlike Tekken, where your biggest fear is getting juggled until you put the controller down, For Honor keeps you on edge with ganks. 1 second you're locked in an honorable 1v1 duel, the next, 3 sweaty samurais are stabbing you in the back while emoting over your corpse. It's chaotic, it's brutal, and sometimes it makes you question why you even queued up in the first place. But that's the fun. For Honor mixes the depth of a fighting game with the scale and chaos of a battlefield. Tekken is about combos, For Honor is about survival. I swear to God, I'm not glazing Ubisoft, I'm just glazing this one specific game since it deserves more recognition. Now, at this part of the video, maglista naman ako ng things to like about this game, about For Honor. First and foremost, the combat is just chef's kiss. Kahit wala kang napapatay or lagi kang talo sa duels, it's still satisfying naman. May cinematic feel kasi yung bawat laban. Ramdam mo yung bigat ng weapon, parang bawat swing may shoot, shoot, shoot. Tapos pag na-block mo lang or pare, shing, shing, puta, lupit. Honestly, this alone, no matter how small of a detail it is, makes or breaks the game. Kung hilig mo yung gritty, brutal fights na kailangan ng good reflexes, precise timing, good combat IQ, this game is definitely for you, man. Pangalawa, game modes, of course. There is a story mode campaign in For Honor that I honestly recommend every beginner to finish at least once. It's not just there for the lore or cinematic flicks, it actually teaches you For Honor's fundamentals while putting you in a broader narrative where you get to play as members of the different factions. You'll go through the knights, Vikings, and samurais, each with their own perspective, and you'll learn the basics of combat, defense, feints, guard breaks, and everything you'll need to survive online. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not some groundbreaking single player masterpiece like God of War or Detroit Become Human. But for what it is, the campaign is solid. Think of it as a glorified, action packed training mode with cutscenes and cool set pieces sprinkled in. You'll still be slashing through waves of enemies, pulling off cinematic executions, and learning how different heroes play without the stress of sweaty players rage baiting you in Dominion. Next would be the dual 1v1s. Duels are the purest form of For Honor. Walang ganks, walang third party nonsense, just you and one opponent in an intense showdown. It's basically a sweaty mind game where every feint, parry, or guard break can decide the fight. Duels chess with swords. Dominion 4v4 naman, ito yung lagi ko nilalaro. Basically, capture the points siya. Or instead of peaceful flag running, it's pure chaos, pure grit, and pure rage. Most of the time, wala kang choice kundi labanan yung 3 to 4 players na sabay-sabay kang ginagank, like a pack of hyenas trying to get the last bite. And honestly, this is where all the thrill and fun begins. I'm gonna tell you about the revenge mechanic. When you're outnumbered, you're not as helpless as you'd think. Enter the revenge mechanic. Habang binabanatan ka ng tatlong kupal, may meter na nagfi-fill up. Once it's full, you can trigger it, granting you a second wind, temporary full health, max stamina, uninterruptible attacks, and immunity to bash attacks for 8 seconds. And the best part, as long as you keep blocking and parrying multiple attackers, you can keep filling that meter again and again. On paper, it sounds simple, pero once you actually feel it in game and the manslaughter mo yung tatlong ginagaang bangka, man, it's literal heaven on earth.
Ballerina ka lang. Galawin mo rin.
Tiniktokan ko lang yung apat, pre. Postura, malupit.
Isa pa sa mga pinaka-satisfying parts ng For Honor, yung executions, man. Imagine this, kakapanalo mo lang sa isang mapawis-pawis na duel, tapos instead of a boring KO screen, bibigyan ka ng chance tapusin yung laban in the most brutal cinematic way possible. Pwedeng pugutan mo ng ulo, tusukin mo sa tiyan, tapos sipain mo sa bodega. O kaya, ito yung paborito ko.
Seppuku.
For an honorable death, imagine how disrespectful that is in a duel kapag pinag-commit mo ng seppuku yung kalaban mo. Pero hindi lang siya for style points. May gameplay purpose din siya. Kapag nakapag-execute ka, may konting health na bumabalik which can save you from longer fights. Pero let's be real, 90% ng reason bakit mo siya ginagawa is for flex value. Wala lang mas satisfying pa sa pag-execute ng ops habang nanonood ng mga kakampi niya or kapag match point na tapos na-execute mo pa. Ano, sarap. Shit. Brutal? Yes. Disrespectful? Medyo. Satisfying? Abso-fucking-lutely. Honorable death. Miserable rat. Now, on to the more complex side of For Honor. The feat system. Basically, bawat hero dito may sariling set of abilities called feats na ma-unlock mo lang habang tinataas mo yung renown meter mo in a match. Parang kill streak rewards sa Call of Duty pero instead na UAV, dito you can use a catapult, you can set bear traps, heal mid-fight like some fucking sorcerer of some shit. You earn renown by capturing points, completing objectives, and of course, the classic good old man slaughter. The more you contribute, mas mabilis kang makaka-unlock ng higher level feats. And yung mga feats na to, solid game changers talaga. Like, magsisimula ka lang with simple stuff tulad ng passive stamina regen. Then later on, pwede ka na magpaulan ng arrows sa kalaban. Parang Clash Royale lang. As you level up your hero overall, you get access to even better feats. And you can mix and match them depending on your playstyle. Gusto mo maging tank na parang boss raid na hindi mamatay-matay, there's a feat for that. Gusto mo manggulo mga SAR sa malayo gamit mga projectiles mo, there's a feat for that. And if you don't feel like grinding, Ubisoft, being Ubisoft, will happily let you unlock everything if you cough up some steel, the in-game currency. Pero honestly, masaya talaga yung experimenting part and finding dumb combos that make you feel like a god for 10 seconds before you inevitably get ganked by 3 dudes with big sticks. And if I still haven't reeled you into For Honor, let me tell you, the customization is insane. You can tweak your hero's armor, weapons, colors, emotes, even executions until you look like either a battle hardened warlord or a medieval Power Ranger. And the best part, you don't even have to spend real money just to look drippy. Most of the good gear can be earned through in game rewards like crates and steel, the in game currency, I mean. So yeah, grind a little, win some fights, and suddenly your samurai looks like one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Yeah, may mga DLC heroes and expansions. Pero here's the catch. Just because DLC sila doesn't mean OP na agad. For Honor is all about skill. Walang tunay na tier list dito. Sure, may mga YouTubers na gumagawa ng sarili nilang ultimate tier list. Pero at the end of the day, it's all just preference. Because here in For Honor, everything is broken, so nothing is broken.
Kaya itabi mo na yung pang PSG mo, hindi mo na kailangan gastusin yan. Once you start playing, you'll probably end up calling some heroes overpowered or straight up cheesy. And honestly, that's normal. Every fighting game has those, ugh, this guy again characters, and For Honor is no exception. Pero ang maganda dito, there's always a counterpick. Take Centurion for example. He's infamous for his constant punches, kicks, combos, very spammable, that make you feel like you just walked into a boxing gym by mistake. Pero sa akin, I usually counter him with my Pirate or Shinobi because Pirate just whips out a gun and suddenly Centurion doesn't feel so scary anymore. Shinobi, on the other hand, is all about mobility and flashy attacks, like a ninja. Yeah, like a ninja versus Roman Gladiator, and let's be real, a ninja usually wins that. And then there's Virtuosa. Most people say she's brain dead, and yeah, I agree. Yung kit niya parang press button, get reward lang. It's not fun to fight against, and honestly, no one really likes Virtuosa mains. Kung makita mo sila, wag ka na mag-expect ng honorable duel, expect pain lang talaga. Still, that's the beauty of For Honor. Kahit gaano pa kagago yung isang hero, they all have weaknesses. Once you learn the matchups and you finally beat that one broken hero who's been ruining your day, sobrang sarap sa feeling. It's like all your suffering finally paid off in one glorious cinematic victory. Now let's discuss some downsides of For Honor and some aspects that I dislike. First off, the queues are long. Yes, there are other game modes like Deathmatch, Breach, Ranked Duels, and 2v2 Brawls, but there's a reason I mostly stick to Dominion and Duels. The other modes feel like waiting simulators, 5 to 10 minutes just to get a game, enough time para magsaing, magbate at magyosi, and when you finally get in, only to get stomped in 2 minutes. Para kang nag-invest sa Axie Infinity niyan. Next would be the ganking, of course. Love-hate to. Fun siya minsan, pero madalas sobrang nakakainis. Imagine, nasa intense 1v1 ka tapos bigla kang iitakin sa likod mo. Next thing you know, apat na gago sabay-sabay kang kinakatay. Honorable 1v1 in Dominion? No such thing. Sometimes it's funny because you actually survive. Popping revenge like you're on steroids, but most of the time, hataw palayok, ikaw yung palayok. Now please understand, this is not a button mash party. If you're new, expect to get destroyed for your first week, no questions asked. It's baptism by fire. Either you learn parry timings and become a demigod, or you accept that the loading screen is your new best friend. Problem is, that brutal early experience drives away a lot of casual players before they even get to enjoy the game. So please, please, please have patience. There are no such thing as instant gratification. It's a myth. No one is naturally good at something. Okay, fine. Maybe that one sweaty 12-year-old in your lobby, but he's the exception. Practice pays off and it pays off so good.
Now, For Honor has its biggest hurdle yet, the price. Yes, I know, it's 30 USD, but it goes on sale really often. I got it on sale for 599 USD and I say it was worth it. For Honor has gone on sale multiple times with regular discounts around Black Friday and other major sale events like the Steam Summer Sale. Ubisoft runs sales throughout the year, including special promotions and free play periods. So if you're the type who doesn't like paying full price, aka all of us, chances are you'll catch it at a solid discount sooner or later and probably on Steam. In fact, Ubisoft has a habit of tossing For Honor into bundles, seasonal promos, or even giving it away for free for limited times. The good thing is, once you own it, you're set. No need to worry about pay to win gear because most of the gameplay is balanced around skill. The only thing your money really buys you are cosmetics, and honestly, it's kinda hard to justify flexing your new shiny armor when 90% of the time you're face down on the battlefield. Bottom line, if you're interested, don't rush, wait for a sale, grab it cheap, and enjoy one of the most unique, melee focused fighting games out there. So follow my socials to know more about me since this is my first upload, and I'll post updates for when the game goes on sale, and who knows, down the line I might even gift some of you guys the game, so stay tuned. I'll also be dropping clips, rants, memes, and maybe the occasional breakdown of me getting stomped by a 12-year-old in duels. Basically, all the premium gamer content you never asked for. Following my socials means you'll be the first to know about sales, updates, and maybe even random giveaways depending on the size of my wallet. Plus, if you got questions about For Honor or you just want to roast me for maining the cheap heroes, you know where to find me. So yeah, hit that follow, stay connected. Let's see where this goes. Maybe you'll end up joining my lobby. So yeah, subscribe.
Now you know. If you're experiencing gaming fatigue, you should stay off the guns, but stay on the violence. Hop on For Honor, no one's stopping you. Maybe that paywall, but come on, man.